scorers took center stage last night on ESPN, but it was the Thunder defense that stole the show. SGA and the Thunder hosting Luka Doncic and the Lakers. OKC's defense came out to play. In the first quarter, OKC turned the Lakers over 6 times in the first quarter, leading to easy buckets in transition. And then SGA came out hot, getting to his spot, scoring with ease. He's
champ, getting it done, do what he does best, making winning plays, knocking down threes.
It's always a bonus when you can get a stop and then you can get a score. That's like a 5-point swing, but SGA is just unguardable right now.
Oh, best scorer in the game, hands down. The mid-range king.
Ooh.
Leads the league in mid-range makes. Look at the footwork. Look at the ink. Look at the old school finger. I know JJ Redick broke the TV in the back.
You're gonna see sweat.
Can I have this dance, young fella?
Yeah, 30 points, 9 assists. OKC wins this one easily. Our sis Malika Andrews with the MVP postgame.
Two good teams, high-level opponents with talent, with experience, playoff teams, obviously. We just want to come out here and throw our best punch to see where we stood this early in the season. We did a pretty good job in the back-to-back. But yeah, we definitely got better the last 2 days, and that's the main goal.
Well, if this is pretty good, then it might be scary what very good is, Shea. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. All right, guys. ESPN, I still play basketball, I swear.
We got you, J-Dub. We did not forget about you, but this OKC squad somehow hasn't missed a beat without their all-NBA forward. They are running through the start of their repeat campaign at lightning speed. Now, if you think that they're resting on their success, think again. Look at this. OKC was dominant last season, setting the NBA record for highest point differential per game. Now, this season, they're winning by an even bigger margin, each win coming by over 15 points a night. But that's not where it stops. The defense leads the way for the Thunder, and they put up historic marks last season, turning the best defense in the league into an offensive weapon. Well, this season, they are even better on that side of the floor. Oklahoma City is having the best defensive rating by any team since the 2020 Bucks, a team that had Giannis win DPOY. And with that collection of talent, it's no surprise that the Thunder led the league in wins last season. They had a franchise best 68 wins and saw SGA win MVP, but this year has been the remix, baby. OKC is winning more than ever before because right now they're on pace to get 75 wins. Let that sink in. 75 wins. This is the 80th season that the NBA has existed, and the champs are on pace to do something no other team has done before. Now, the stats, the numbers, they're truly eye-popping. But you know the saying, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So, Brian, what did that game last night crystallize for you?
So they were missing 3 of their best perimeter defenders, and the number 1 scorer in the league came in at Luka Doncic, and they held him to his worst offensive game of the season. They double-teamed him, which, by the way, in case anybody's asking about whether the Lakers need LeBron, they need LeBron. They double-teamed him 14 times in this game. But with all those numbers, I'm just going to crystallize something here with the way they're defending. They're number 1, okay, in defense. Then Denver's number 2. The distance between Oklahoma City and Denver is the same distance as between Denver and number 20. Denver, number 2, is closer to 20 than they are to number 1. And part of this is because they have this young guy, A.J. Mitchell. Now, this is a guy who was on a 2-way contract last year. He doesn't have a nickname. I'm not good at doing nicknames, but how about the Belgian Bullet? Because this dude has been an absolute gold mine for them. This is not a stopgap measure. This guy has been awesome at both ends of the court. He is a guy that they knew was ready to have a bigger role. Last year, he started out immediately as a 2-way player in their rotation. Then he got hurt, and they got awesome, and he didn't have a time. They knew he was ready for a bigger role. It just so happened that these injuries have opened the door for him, and he is a bona fide player. Learn his name. AJ is going to be a really difference-making player in this league. I'm going to tell you something else. The Thunder signed this guy to a 3-year, $8 million contract in the middle of the night in the offseason, just in case you thought they might have had one bad day in the summer.
I get so many calls from NBA fans asking me, hey, who's this A.J. Mitchell guy? Like, he's really good. They're deep. What did you say yesterday? When the Atlantic and the Pacific comes together, that's how deep.
Deep they are. Deeper than both of those oceans. Here's the thing. Didn't Sam Presti go into the Hall of Fame or something like that?
Oklahoma
Hall of Fame. Well deserved. And he'll be in the Basketball Hall of Fame for having one of the best eyes in the game of basketball. And when I say best eyes, yes, you want to see guys put the ball in the basket, but you also want to see guys be some hyenas and some dogs on the defensive end. And that's exactly what they have. Check out this tape. Everyone is tied together on the string. Look at the communication. Look, forcing out. Good job by Isaiah Hardenstein. Look where the dribble handoff takes place. Look at the hedge. Look how far Luka is, or is that Austin Reeves? That's Luka. How far he has to pass the ball. Chet Holmgren, excellent shot blocker, hell of a recovery. Here we go again. Now he'll go to backups. They come in with 5 new players off the bench. You think it's a drop-off? Hell no. Alex Caruso crowding Luka without fouling. You have Jalen Williams coming up. Look at him. He's staring Luka in the eyes. He's telling them square. Look at the 2-9 position to help, and look at the shot that they make Luka Doncic take. Luka Doncic struggled. He had been giving everybody that work over this past season, leading the league in scoring. This is the second team that they have embarrassed. The Golden State Warriors had a meltdown after their game, and then last night we saw the frustration not only on Luka's face, but JJ ranting up and down the sideline.
Yeah, you would think that a Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves, they did a great job of playing without fouling, but they would have an IQ high enough to pick that defense apart or be patient. They still turned them over, and they got Luka frustrated. But you got to give them a lot of credit, man. And you don't see this type of maturity, this type of growth with a young group. They reminded me of the young dynasties we've seen in the past. When you go back to the Lakers, you go back to San Antonio Spurs, the Golden State Warriors, they're up and coming. And for them to still be hungry and that focus and locked in this early in the season, most teams get fat and happy, get relaxed, might drop a game or two. They're really trying to make a statement and getting better this year.
Let me ask you a question. You played on a great defensive team with the Spurs. I played on a great defense. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Not one.
They got to have something on the board in the locker room where it's a competition of who get the most deflections and steals. I've never seen nothing like this in my life.
We've had like 1 through 7, 1 through 8. They have like 1 through 15 guys off the bench. You see that they're making them feel you, getting up in the body. Luka's at half court making full court like passes to DeAndre Ayton, getting shot blocked on the glass.
Hey, do you guys know that they have the Clippers pick this year?
This movie before, when Steph is scoring, you know that Draymond feels like he's scoring too. But honestly, it gives him confidence on the other end. Draymond was in his bag. What did you say?
He was in his bag, and he's the heart and soul of this team. And to you box score lovers and you people that hate on Draymond, this is why he's one of the best defensive players of all time, because it doesn't have to show up in the box score. Look who he is guarding. Look at the fight. Look, he is guarding Victor Wembanyama, 7'7" alien. Look at him contest this to cause one of Victor's 1 of 8 turnovers. Here we are again, staying connected, communicating the pick and roll. Nice hedge right here, right? Giving his guy time, recovering back to stop the drive on Victor. Look, check this out. Another turnover, right? Caused by Draymond Green. Touching him up early, still communicating. Okay, he catches the ball. Look, give him space. Look at the contest by Draymond Green, right? That forced another turnover. So again, to you box score watchers, Draymond Green, his impact on the game is not going to show up in the box scores, but when you watch the damn game, you see his value on what he brings to this Golden State Warriors team.
So on one side, Steph Curry, 46 points, explodes in the third quarter. And then on the other side, Draymond's signature defense. Like fine wine, Steph Curry is aging like what, a fine Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon? I hope I got that right. Steph got his 43rd 40-point game since turning 30 years old. The only player who has more after the big 3-0 is Michael Jordan. Now, it's crazy that the Warriors' performance made the Spurs triple doubles between Wemby and Castle be the sub-headline. But, Brian, how would you grade San Antonio's performance, albeit in a loss?
Okay, so San Antonio obviously has a lot going for them. They are, taking huge strides forward. They came into this game 8-2. They're way up there in the standings, but they still have some issues with their roster they got to work on. Primarily, they don't shoot the three-pointer that great. And so in this game, and I know you're not going to outshoot Steph, but they get outshot by 7 threes in this game. They're in the bottom 10 in three-pointers made, and that's why Wemby has been kind of shooting a little bit more threes. And then, if he's having a night where they're keying on him and he's got 8 turnovers, they got to take the ball in his hands a little bit. They, if it's not working for him, they got to take some of the pressure off of his plate.
I will say that they do look good. I agree with Wendy. It's an anomaly to see Jimmy Butler hit 5 threes. He hit 5 threes last night. Moses Moody, they got it. Al Horford, time and time again, and obviously Steph, tore apart in that third quarter. He got it going, but mostly from the mid-range. But I like what they're doing in San Antonio. We got to get De'Aaron Fox more in the rhythm and be more aggressive. I feel like he's playing to fit in. and that's kind of causing his be less aggressive. They need him more aggressive. When they get Dylan Harper back, they're still getting guys healthy, but I like what I'm seeing. They're still young. They need experience, but it's going to take some time.
But Perk, do you think that the Spurs are ahead of schedule?
Look, I think the Spurs are going to make the playoffs, okay? I think you got to grow, right? We didn't see all the guys take that step forward, the elite players, where they get theirs and go through the growing pains of making guys around them better. That's what we're seeing out of Victor, right? Seeing how to play alongside, seeing how to put guys to be in position to play alongside him. That's why we saw the 8 turnovers. De'Aaron Fox was brought in to be that closer. I'm going to give them some grace. You know why? Because De'Aaron Fox is only back. He hadn't been back for, 3 or 4 games. So I'm going to give him a grace, but I'm pretty sure they're going to figure it out. And it's going to be exciting to see that 2-man game once they get that chemistry down between Wemby and D. Fox.
So that was the best of the matchup on the floor. How about off the floor?